heard about the Bight, that it was a pretty remarkable place. And so we launched a campaign with the Great Australian Bight Alliance to take the Steve Irwin to the Bight to see for ourselves what was at stake. What we found was nothing short of remarkable. The Bunda Cliffs, Southern Right Whale Nursery, all the incredible marine life that call the Bight home. And in just a short amount of time, that campaign produced some remarkable results. So we decided to come back, and this time a collaboration with scientists, and this time to go beneath the waves to see the incredible marine life and biodiversity. The campaign plan was to facilitate the scientists getting to places like Top Gallant, Ward, Flinders and Pearson Isles, which are all part of the Investigator Marine Park.
The South Australian Marine Park network is made up of a number of sanctuary zones. Places like Pearson show us what could be if we get everything right. So it's critical for us to know what things could look like. It's also critical to come here and just be inspired by nature on full display with everything flourishing.
So we left Port of Adelaide on the 19th and made our way to Pearson Island straight away, so it was 24 hours to get there.
When you arrive at Pearson, the welcoming party is endangered Australian sea lions, up off the beach and rushing in to greet you. They're remarkable species. But these are an endangered species, and Pearson Island is their home. So Pearson is critical for the survival of this species.
So Pearson Island, is a very special place. This is the first Marine Parks expedition Pearson Island, so I'm really excited and privileged to be part of the first official assessment of biodiversity here. We've assembled a team of marine scientists, both terrestrial and underwater, to assess the biodiversity of the Pearson Island Sanctuary Zone.
So once we were at Pearson, we were doing 3 dives a day with our scientists. We had one of the team taking algal samples to study different species of seagrass and algae that are present inside the sanctuary zone. They're also doing fish counts all day, and then also cryptic searches where they're looking in the crevices and tiny little caves and everything for fish 5 centimetres long and other small organisms that are found in amongst the reef.
As soon as the divers hit the water, the smiles on our faces straight away. Firstly, because of the visibility, straight away 25 metres of really clear water. And then it was the fish. Huge groper, massive rays, schooling fish like barber perch, swallowtails everywhere, so clouds of fish. So basically we're getting a picture of an ecosystem as pristine as we're going to see it. So for us, that's gold. We don't get to see that very much, so it's great. And that's not even mentioning the gorgonians and the macroalgae, which down there is like a forest. It's vibrant, it's healthy, all the canopy layers are there, just creating a unique experience for us as well as the science and the data we're collecting.
Yeah, visibility amazing, fish everywhere.
So we can go back and look at our other sites and go, okay, this is what we're aiming for. Okay, if we get good protection and good management, and yeah, that's why we have these reference sites.
We also had a team staying overnight on Pearson Island studying the numbers and condition of the endangered Australian sea lion.
We're just setting up drone. We found a spot where we can set up and launch from that there's no animals around, so we're not going to disturb them. What we're going to do is at this area, we'll fly grids at about 40 or 50 metres height. Once we get back to the office or to the ship, what we'll do is we'll be able to stitch all the images together and develop like a model, and then we can zoom right in and look at the animals. We can count and classify the animals. So then it's a good way of measuring population health.
We came here to assess the biodiversity, and we've achieved those aims, but it's just demonstrated to us how special this place is.
I mean, 85% of the marine life that call the Bight home are found no place else in the world. And that's why, in recognition of the incredible biodiversity that's there is numerous marine parks and marine sanctuaries. And you can't manage what you don't measure. So if we don't know the state of these sanctuaries, are they working, are they thriving, is the marine life bouncing back, then how can we know if we need to do more to protect these areas? So having the independent scientists on board, facilitating their work, seeing if the sanctuaries are working, all goes hand in hand with Sea Shepherd's mission to defend, conserve and protect our oceans. You know, when we had the first expedition, we only just scratched the surface. And even now with the marine scientists coming on board and the other scientists, I still feel like we're only just scratching the surface of what is in this remarkable wilderness area. Our vision is very much aligned with the scientists on board that, you know, we want to see a long-term protection of this area. We want to find out more about these places, but also backing it up with evidence. There are many fishermen and other people that are against sanctuaries initially. When they see the results, not only from a point of view of keeping our oceans healthy, but also in terms of ecotourism, sustainable tourism that we could have here in places like that. There's so many benefits to looking after the Great Australian Bight.
So working with scientists, we're enabling them to monitor and assess the performance of these sanctuary zones in the Great Australian Bight and provide solid evidence as to why we need to maintain sanctuary zones. I think everyone pulled together really well. I've done campaigns all over the world with Sea Shepherd now. Doing one so close to home, you know, close to the Australian coast and close to where the issue that we're trying to face would affect such a gigantic area, it'd be devastating, and to be here fighting for a campaign right on kind of home soil is really important.
We don't know exactly all that we've found because we won't know until we've gone back and analysed the data. What we do know that places like Pearson are critical to marine conservation in this state because they serve as reference areas so we know what nature looks like when it's protected as much as possible. So for us, a place like this provides the knowledge and the understanding of what we're striving to achieve and the inspiration and motivation to keep going to achieve it.
It's human nature for us to want to protect things that we love. So we want to bring the Bight into the homes of people right around the world so that they will join with us in this fight to protect one of the most remarkable places on the planet. It's hard to believe, given the state of the world's oceans, that we have places still like the Bight. It's of global significance and deserves protection, not just for the marine life, but for all humanity, because our oceans are our primary life support system. So putting our oceans first, putting our marine life first, is actually putting humanity first.